Hi guys, Matt Luxton here, question athlete specialist. I just wanted to bring with you today something that I found really useful and pretty inspirational actually over the last few months. I've actually begun to learn about Mark Kemp, the Commando training specialist, and Mark's principles have been something that I'm really interested in. I just want to try and share with you today a little bit of information, so I'm hoping Mark's going to release us with a few little golden nuggets.
I'll do my best.
Thanks, Mark. Mark, so you know, like I say, you've developed an outstanding reputation for getting people into awesome shape, and that's one of the reasons why I came to the studio the other day.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what sort of environment you created for them to get those results. So, can you just sort of tell everyone a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. Basically, I left the Marines 2008, and basically I started to implement the principles that we learned in the forces of getting fit. And what I found is when I introduced them to my clients, basically hard work, good rest, good nutrition, good food, the fat basically started to fall off them. So we looked at getting people strong, and got them lean naturally. So and then I started to develop a system where I took the word commando and made actually that into an acronym of the way I train people.
Yeah.
So commando actually stands for something. It's courage, optimal alignment, we've got mobility, metabolism, attitude. Then we've got nutrition, downtime, time, and optimal hydration at the end of that.
Brilliant. What you sort of mentioned courage at the start. Obviously courage is a massive thing in the military. What is it? How do you see it relating to your training principles?
Well, to tell you the truth, courage is really important to everybody. Just imagine you're going to do something new, you've never done it before. Yeah. So just say you're overweight, you've tried to do diets, you've tried to do exercise, and these things have never really worked for you, so you sort of give up, and then something inside you says that really I want to start doing something, and you're a little afraid of doing something that you don't know anything about, so it's that stepping into the unknown.
Yeah.
So it's having that courage to do that, and I find once you get people into your system and they start to believe in you, they get a little bit more confident. Yeah. But it's that initial courage, and we've got to build and foster and nurture some kind of positive attitude towards getting that way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I think you guys at home just definitely see that from the outset you're trying to create something for them to feel part of.
Yes.
And go forward. So, right, so onto the next one, O, for optimal alignment. Now, a lot of people will not quite perhaps understand why optimal alignment is really important for fat loss. Can you just tell us why?
Yeah, if you think about it, the whole body's a system. It's called a kinetic chain, and that chain's only as strong as its weakest link. It's like being in the forces as well. The troop's only as strong as its weakest man. Mm-hmm. So if one part of your body's not working properly, then it's going to have a knock-on effect to everything else. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, if your hips are out of line, it's going to cause back pain. If you've got back pain, you're going to compensate elsewhere around that chain. Same with if you've got shoulders out of position, they're not actually, your body's going to shut the system down, does that make sense? To protect itself. So if your shoulders are out of line, it's going to send arthrokinetic inhibition signals. So basically it's like turning the dimmer switch down on your light at home, and your nerves are not going to give the muscles the power that you want, so you're not going to get the results that you want from your workouts.
Yeah. Sorry, we get a little bit of iMovie chipping in out. Yeah, so all right, that's great. So yeah, moving on to your next one, which is mobility.
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
Right, okay, so mobility is basically having a body that can move. It's all very well having loads of muscle and not being able to do anything with it. So what we're looking for is functional range of motion, so we're actually strong at the limits of our range. So we don't want to be too hyper flexible. Yeah. So developing flexibility for flexibility's sake is counterproductive, because then we're going to actually make the joints unstable. So we're looking for strength at the limits of range of motion, so we can actually use our muscles to their full extent. Yeah. And what we do is, at the beginning of each session, we'll do like a mobility complex, which takes every muscle through its range of motion, which fires up the nervous system. So when they actually do the workout, everything's firing, everything's like basically ready to rock and roll.
Brilliant. I mean, like one of the things I've I sort of see from the guys when I came to look at your studio was that it's quite obvious that you were training them for go, not for show, but those who go well generally show well.
Oh yeah.
So I think you can see that the guys who train under Mark's principles not only go well, but they show well as a result of that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the key things really. So once you've got the body fired up, what's next then? So you've got everything in its right place. You've got the mobility there.
Yeah. So once we've got everything, the nervous system's primed, the muscles are primed, and basically psychology as well. The head's in the right place. What we then do is we go strength. Yeah. And basically what we're looking to do is get people as strong as possible.
Yeah.
And what we found with that is the stronger somebody is, the leaner they become. Now a lot of girls find, well, they're worried about getting bulky, but I found this is not to be true. Basically due to the fact that they don't have the testosterone to do it. Great thing for guys is that as they get strong, they start to get that beach body look, the cover model look that they want. Mm-hmm. So we get them strong, we do multi-joint exercises, limited rest time before we move on to the next. So we're also getting a fat burning effect. And what we find with that is it's ramping the metabolism up.
Yeah.
So the more muscle we get, the faster the metabolism. Basically what that is imagine like the rev counter in your car.
Yeah.
The faster that's ticking over, the more petrol you're burning. So the more revs you've got with your metabolism, the more fat you're going to burn for the rest of the day.
Yeah, outside the session, yeah.
Exactly.
Brilliant. So you mentioned attitude. Now, attitude is a massive part of being part of the military. Just perhaps let everyone know a little bit how you see the attitude fitting into the training systems that you develop.
Yeah. Well, it's like if you've got the wrong attitude towards exercise, you're not going to put everything into it. So what I try and foster is a positive attitude to it. So a lot of my workouts are quite challenge based, and we try and get that little bit of competitiveness between each other in a nice way. It's not angry competitive. Nobody's intimidating anybody. So everyone's there to train and push each other on a little bit more, and that develops positive strength of mind, a nice mindset. So they get a good attitude towards exercise. That carries over to the rest of their life. So it affects their nutrition. If you've got a poor attitude towards your nutrition, you're not going to actually get the most out of your workouts.
Yeah.
So it's all like a big circle, and it all links together. So having the right mindset for your workouts and the right attitude is going to give you the right attitude towards your nutrition, because you're going to start to think, well, I'm not going to put this effort in the gym. Exactly. I'm going to feed myself badly. So
it's like putting diesel in your Ferrari.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very expensive. So moving on to the D in the Commando. Perhaps you can just give us a little bit more information on that.
Okay, so D stands for downtime. So what we're really looking for is rest, regeneration, and recovery. Brilliant. So we need to work hard to get the results that we're looking for, but we also need to rest the body between sessions. Yeah. We can't go full throttle without risk to injury. So we need to let the body rest. And once it's resting, it actually accelerates the recovery, so we can actually come back to the next workout stronger. What we do to get this accelerated recovery is we use regeneration protocols that I've developed. So we do a lot of soft tissue work with foam rollers, which helps return the muscles back to where they need to be, and it flushes out all the lactic acid. So when you actually are asleep, and your body's repairing itself.
Okay, yeah, that's absolutely great. Yeah, I mean that's one of the key principles to training, and I can see how and I've seen the way you work, and I can see exactly how that fits in. It's brilliant. That's brilliant, Mark. So, well, thanks for sharing that with us. Can you just perhaps point these guys in the direction where they can learn a little bit more about you?
Yeah, they can go to commandofitnessblueprint.com, and there I share all the information a little bit more in depth with what I've just told you there.
Yeah.
Or they can go to my Facebook fan page, which is again Commando Fitness Blueprint, and they can just ask me any questions they want, and I'll get back to them.
Brilliant. So you've basically created a community where people who are like-minded can actually interact with each other and talk to each other on the Facebook fan page.
Yes.
And ask you questions and also get benefit from other people's questions.
Yeah, they'll get feedback and they'll get that support that they need, if they need it, from other people who are in the same boat.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.